So guys, the iPhone 8 actually is available for pre-order this evening, 3 a.m. If you're in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, you can get up, pre-order it. I'm personally gonna sleep and not waste my time. I have a few reasons for that. So the iPhone 8, in my opinion, should be called the iPhone 7s. If we go over the features really quick of the iPhone 8, you can kind of see why. And I'm not gonna lie, I've literally just wrote down some notes comparing the iPhone 8 to the 7 Plus and the iPhone 10 as well, which I'll go over that. And the iPhone 10 is the phone I wanna buy. I'm just gonna have to wait until October to pre-order it. So the reasons I feel like the iPhone 8 is the iPhone 7s, right here. Okay, so the iPhone 8, a big feature is that it has wireless charging. For me, I have the iPhone 7 Plus, and I also have Android devices. So wireless charging isn't gonna be like some game-changing feature. Yeah, it's nice, but I'm not going to upgrade from the 7 Plus to the 8 just for that. Now also important to mention, the iPhone 8 does have a glass back. So in that regard, it is very different because all iPhones before have been made with some type of metal or even glass on previous older devices. But this glass should be a lot stronger according to Apple. A reason that the iPhone 8 is so similar to the 7 Plus is the resolution. So the iPhone 8 Plus and the 7 Plus both have the same 1080p display. It's been around for a while, nothing new. So just keep that in mind. They're not upgrading the resolution at all. They are adding what's called a true tone display. So depending on what environment you're in, they will adapt the display to make it look most natural to you. So that is an upgrade versus the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, but to me, it may not really be worth the upgrade. Now, portrait lighting, you may like it, you may not, but it adds on to the portrait mode of the iPhone 7 Plus. So this is on the iPhone 8 Plus, and what that does, it allows you to just add dramatic portrait effects. Some people will say that it's gonna put photographers out of business. I don't think so, but if you upload a portrait mode picture with this portrait photography on Facebook, the normal person may not be able to tell the difference on what's professional and what's portrait mode, so that's actually pretty cool. But to me, it's just another kind of gimmick in a way. It seems really cool, but not worth the upgrade. So the camera, even though it's identical in terms of aperture versus the iPhone 7 Plus, the iPhone 8 does allow you to record in 60 frames per second 4K, and you can also record at 240 FPS at 1080p. So that's a pretty good detail at really, really fast FPS. So you can really slow it down and make slow-mo shots if you want to do that. Not sure how many people will care about this, but the iPhone 8 also is going to have Bluetooth 5.0. So like the Galaxy S8, Bluetooth 5.0 allows you to pair multiple Bluetooth devices to a phone, and they both can play back at the same time. So you could have two pairs of headphones, and you and your friend could listen to the same thing, on a pair of headphones. So you both could be in an airplane, watching a movie, both listening through different devices, which is pretty cool. So some people may like it, some people may not even use it, but it's there for you. Now the iPhone 8 does have Touch ID, so that may be a pro for some people that love Touch ID and don't want to give it up. But that being said, all these things that I've mentioned is what's new about the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus. So why wouldn't you get it? For me, the biggest reason is that it looks so similar to the iPhone 7 Plus. It's just kind of like a stagnant, stale design with all the flagships coming out this year. The LG V30, the Galaxy S8, the new Pixel device, the Essential phone, everything is leaning towards slim bezels, big screens, and smaller bodies. And the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus simply aren't sticking with that same form factor. It's just the older, bigger bezel, less modern look that we've known from Apple for so long. So that is the reason why I'm not getting the iPhone 8. It just doesn't excite me. If I buy a device, yes, I review it, but it also has to excite me. I have to like it. So the iPhone X is definitely a device I'm going to pre-order, I'm going to buy, review, and I'm going to love. Well, off the bat, obviously, it just looks a lot different. It has an edge-to-edge display. It has a 5.8-inch display, but the size is between the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. So It's smaller than the iPhone 8 Plus, but it actually has a bigger display. The iPhone 8 Plus has a 5.5 inch display. The iPhone 10 has a 5.8 inch display, which is awesome, and that definitely goes along the lines of slimmer bezels, bigger display, but smaller body, which is a big plus. Now, of course, having this bigger display, smaller form factor, less bezels, they had to get rid of Touch ID. I guess the tech isn't there to put Touch ID underneath the glass like we all wanted to. So now there's a Face ID where it basically scans your face and it can unlock your phone using your face. And according to Apple, Face ID is actually a lot more secure than Touch ID. From what I remember hearing, there's a 1 in a million chance of someone having a similar enough face to unlock your phone, but there's a 1 in 50,000 chance for someone to have a similar thumbprint to unlock your phone. So just keep that in mind. And the iPhone X, believe it or not, does have improved camera optics. So it has a telephoto lens and the normal lens like we know from the iPhone 8 Plus and the iPhone 7 Plus. However, so the telephoto lens is actually f2.4, so it can theoretically shoot in lower light. And it's also optically stabilized, where the iPhone 7 Plus and 8 Plus are not. So combine the better aperture with the optical image stabilization, those two together should provide really good low light performance when you're taking up close telephoto shots. So the iPhone X has portrait lighting, just like I mentioned on the iPhone 8. But what the iPhone X does that I'm really excited about is that it combines the portrait mode onto the front-facing camera. So you unlock portrait mode and portrait lighting on the front, which is something I really like because on the iPhone 7 Plus that I have right now, if you try to do portrait mode by just holding it out like with your arm, it doesn't really work very well because you have to be farther away, so it's not going to come out very good. The fact that you can combine a selfie camera that can blur out the background and make really good shots is honestly a game changer. Front-facing cameras have kind of just been an afterthought with some smartphones. Yeah, the Galaxy S8, the Note 8, the iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 7 all have good front-facing cameras, but there's just something about it. There isn't much depth to it. So the portrait mode on the iPhone 10 should definitely handle that. Have I been saying iPhone X all along? It's going to be so hard to get that out of my head. Honestly, the big reason is just the looks. It stands out from all the previous iPhones. Apple claims that they're going to be building off this design language for the next 10 years. So this is the way of the future. If you want to be an early adopter, go for the iPhone X. If you want to hold out a little bit longer and wait for the next iteration, get the iPhone 8 and then get the next version of the iPhone X. But for me, I'm just getting tired of the stale design of the iPhone 7 and 8. I want something new. So tonight, when the iPhone 8 pre-orders come out, I will be snoozing and waiting until October when the iPhone X pre-orders come out. But the iPhone X has its own pros and cons as well. Some people don't like the price. Some people don't like the Face ID. I personally am fine with the price. It's not that bad. But again, it's kind of the Apple tax for you. All right, guys, that's it. Just wanted to get my quick video out on my thoughts between the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 10. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. We are getting close. We only need about 60,000 more. So definitely subscribe and help me reach that goal soon. Have a great day, guys. And if you're staying up for the iPhone 8, you better brew some coffee because we got a little bit of time left. See ya. Bye.